style for true patriots. Whether you're marching in the parade, grilling in the backyard, or raising a toast to liberty, do it in the gear that screams freedom. Celebrate 250 years of USA in style. Wear your American pride loud. Trendjackers.etsy.com. Grab yours before the fireworks.
Good idea. They just go with the flow. It's the Herschy and Keegs Show.
Welcome to Herschy and the Keegs Show, starring pitcher Mark Hirschman and his personal catcher, Mike Keegan. Every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. live from the Governor's Comedy Club radio studio. Thanks so much for listening.
Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is Tuesday night, 9 p.m. That's Chris Roach in the studio.
Love you guys.
How are you? We love you. It is Tuesday night, 9 p.m. It's the Herschy and the Keegs Show. So strap them in and strap them on and strap them up and
Just
let them out.
Just keep on strapping.
Thank you guys for coming and listening. We are the Herschy and the Keegs Show. Mike Keegan, Tony Walker, and Mark Hirschman. Is
Correct.
That your name?
Yeah, that's what they call me.
All right.
It's not what they called me the other night at the roast. I'll tell you that much. I'm still reeling from that right now.
That was savage.
That was
some
something. We'll dive into that. That was we got a lot going on in the past couple of weeks we have to cover. Looks like we're popping up Sheba Mason at 9:30, which is going to be fantastic.
Yes.
But before that, we'll touch on the roast, our comedy show that we did together. We'll touch on a lot of shit. Let's dive right in. Let's do a little advertisement first. Pay the bills a little bit. Go ahead and do that. We are, as always, happy to announce that the Herschy and the Keegs Show is extremely proudly sponsored by the Sophia Jewelry folks at 134 Gardeners Avenue right here in Levittown. They specialize in diamonds and vintage jewelry. Go see our man Omid for all of your buying and selling of jewelry and mention Herschy and the Keegs for a free appraisal. The holidays are coming. It's already September. So I would get on it right now. The prices are low. You go get high over at Sophia Jewelry. We have our dear buddies over at Platinum Chiropractic. Dr. Kimberly O'Connor, she is fully dedicated to providing chiropractic solutions to address your unique needs. Whether you're experiencing back pain, neck pain, headaches, muscle tightness, or tension, all you have to do is call 516-935-3555, located in Hicksville, maybe 3 miles away from Levittown, so go ahead and get your back adjusted.
Can they fix the pain in my butt that sits 2 feet away from me?
They can fix your little tuchus. They can may be able to do that as well. We have New View Construction. You remember them, Mike?
Yes, I do.
You know, they were established in 2007 because people needed a place to call for their finest craftsmanship. For all of their general contracting needs, call 516-924-5627 and do it with confidence. And of course, we have American Restoration Solutions. When disaster strikes, and it will, they will guide you to recovery. Call 516-662-9377 and ask for Senior Account Manager Keith Dunn, who is a wonderful guy. And that does our first set of Hershey and the Keegs Show
now,
sponsors.
When they say when disaster strikes and it will, is that part of that thing, or do you add the?
No. They say it will because
say it
they
okay.
will.
I thought that was a little quip that you added.
They sabotage. They will destruct your house, and then they'll say, "Hey, we're right here.
That's right.
Go ahead. We're going to help you." All right. So Mikey's birthday was last week. Mikey turned whatever he turned, doesn't matter. And in exchange for that, there was a little roast set up by Mikey's good pal John Butera.
Mm-hmm.
We had it over at the Red Zone in West Babylon, a former strip joint who has actually been downgraded into a bar. But it actually, I got to be honest with you, I was impressed with the situation, the setup. People were raving about the wings, which I didn't have.
The wings
but
were great. We got the wings late at night, and they have their signature sauce.
Signature sauce.
Which Eric Haft was there, and he's a wing purist.
He's a wing. Well, he's a wing. He's a food connoisseur of all kinds. Yeah.
And he just wanted regular hot buffalo wings.
Regular buffalo wings from Buffalo.
And I said, no, listen, my little Jewish friend.
Yeah, you little nebbish. Yeah.
You try one of these wings. It was their signature sauce.
Yep.
He thought it was like going to be a sweet sauce.
Nope.
But no, it's just tangy and
Surprise!
a little bit spicy. Surprise! And he was blown away. Because their wings are phenomenal at the Red Zone.
Well, that's good. That was
good.
good.
December 5th.
And I have to say, you know what? My goal for the night was just to have you be happy, and I hope it turned out the way you wanted. I hope it was even better than you expected.
It was way better than I expected. I didn't think anyone was going to show up.
And people did. The room was pretty filled. I don't know the number total between comics and audience, but it felt like a solid 50, 60 people were there.
I didn't think any audience was going to show up. I didn't think half the comics were going to show up.
Well, all the comics showed up.
Nice.
Some people that were not on the dais who were comics showed up. And then there was plenty of people sitting at the tables eating and drinking. And it felt like a legitimately produced show. Props to John Butera. Took a lot of riding, a lot of kibitzing. But he did a nice job. The show was really great. You had a good time. I don't think you were too butthurt by anything.
No. Because you know what it was when he approached me with this. I don't like roasts. I don't like mean-spirited things.
Yes.
I like them to people that I don't know.
Right, or texting with me every day. Yeah.
But I don't like the mean-spirited style of roasting.
Yeah.
I said, listen, I'll do it. I've told him no a couple of times. I said, I'll do it, but I have to pick each comic that's going to be on that dais.
So you're talking about hand-picking the whole dais and everything else.
Yeah, my best friends. And listen, I could have picked 20 people, but these are the people that I really started out with 14 years ago.
Sure.
And I said, listen, I got to pick the people because I'm not going to get hurt if it's my best friend.
No, we can't hurt you.
The stuff we do.
We don't hurt. We only love. Yeah.
And Tony Walker, he got the screw job.
So, you know, it's interesting.
Carla actually texted me today. She's like, please just tell him that I feel bad. I had no idea.
Yeah.
Tara didn't tell her.
No, that's not that.
No, I didn't. I didn't blame her at all.
That's not a Carla thing. And I don't think it was a malicious John Butera thing. I think it was an oversight. It was a little bit of an overwhelming evening.
Because Tony had prepared some stuff.
Tony had prepared something. And it's interesting how, after 3.5 years of doing this show together and 13 years of friendship, I feel like we're almost sharing a brain. And Tony thought it was kind of funny that both of us came up to him that night and subsequently the next day and said, we're going to let you just do some of the bits on the show tonight.
Exactly. Yeah.
So with no further ado, Tony, there's no pressure here if you don't want to, but if you want to, we're going to have you go ahead and pull out some of your roast jokes, maybe the ones you want to say the most about me or Mikey, whatever you want to do.
Live roast on the Hershey and Keegs. Wow, this is a first.
Would you like to do that, Tone?
I mean, it's your show, man.
No.
It's not like he had anything prepared 3 inches away from him.
He did have it prepared. So you know what? this is the way it was meant to be. For some reason, it was an oversight. Tony was not spoken about that night, except for a bit or two that I did. Pick out your best winners. Go ahead and roast me or Mikey or whatever you want to do. Take the floor, Tone. Go ahead.
I did. I was actually surprised. In all seriousness, I was surprised that Butera asked me.
Yeah.
Because I'm not you guys.
That's okay. You don't need to be. You are a good, funny, nice person in your own right,
and a close friend of ours,
and a good friend of ours.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just figured that since Butera had stolen all the material from you guys, that he was looking for new stuff.
Right. That's
So
right.
I'm adding laughter.
So let's see what you got, buddy boy. Let's go ahead.
All right. Let's see. My name is Tony Walker. I run the podcast studio at Governor's Comedy Club, which is where you can find Mike's podcast. It's called Herschy and the Keegs.
Okay.
Also known as Let's Gang Up on Carla.
Good.
Also known as Mark's King Cullen Adventures.
Very good.
Also known as Nap Time for Frank the Tank.
Excellent. Very good, Tony.
Now, my ex, Sally, she used to engineer this show.
Right.
But Mike hated her so much that we had to get her away from Mike. You see, Sally's middle name is Ann, and we all know how Mike feels about people named Sally Annie.
Oh, wow.
That would have been the joke of the night.
The joke of the night.
I'll admit, I was proud of that one.
That's a wordplay. Sally Ann and Sally
That's
Annie.
great.
That's interesting. Wow.
That would have won the night.
So it's like 2 birds and 1 stone he got.
right, exactly.
Good. Great, Tony. Keep on going.
Hirsch says the only thing you contribute, Mike, to Herschy and the Keegs is the sound of your chair creaking on the show. If laziness were content, Mike would finally be pulling his weight.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Which is saying a lot.
It is.
I'm going to stop right there.
Yes, please.
Because like you said, I don't go to a lot of roasts. I'm with you with the mean-spirited of roasts. However, when it is close friends,
Yes.
I do feel not a license, but it goes over better.
A little poetic license.
So I am going to apologize in advance because there is some weight stuff here.
Right.
And I'll be glad to skip it if you want me to.
Oh, no,
for it.
it's okay.
Okay.
I've lost 28 pounds. I'm feeling pretty good. Mikey's lost about 90, so...
All right, so did all that with the content. The only thing Mike has built strong is his DoorDash history.
Okay,
nice.
good.
The only time Mike opens his mouth on Herschy and Keegs is when he eats all the snacks Mark brought in for the guests.
He's rolling.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know if anyone is aware of this, but Mike isn't overweight at all. All that weight is his ever-growing wallet. How do I know this? It's because the cheap fuck never pays me for the studio time.
Wow! Zing! God damn!
It's almost like he's been preparing this for months.
Jesus Christ! I wish we had this the other night. Keep going, buddy.
Let's see. So, what is this? They're such an Mike and Carla's such an odd couple. Carla's a liberal. The only thing leaning left on Mike is his stomach.
Okay.
It leans left because the right side already collapsed.
Oh wow!
God,
it collapsed. He did a collapsed stomach joke.
He's not a proud boy. He's more like a doughboy.
Oh man!
I
love this.
I'm going to tell you right now. Don Sill helped me write some of
That's
this.
okay. That's all right. He's not here.
His blood type is Hidden Valley.
Oh, that's like a ranch dressing joke.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm almost done.
No, keep
Mike is a
going.
big fan of the band OAR.
Yes, he is.
That's right.
Don't worry. No one has heard of them. Don't worry.
Right.
Mike loves them, but there is one song of theirs he can't stand. The song is called Black Rock. And he hates the song because, we all know how Mike feels about anything black.
Oh,
If
That's good because that was researched because that's one of my
I
favorite
did.
songs.
I
of
researched,
theirs.
yes.
and he's getting multiple platforms
and
at
I
once.
also,
Yes.
and I also am a racist.
Yes. He's not really, folks.
If the
It's a
song
joke.
was called Black Cock, Mike would probably love it.
Yes.
Speaking of cock, Mike is very good friends with Jeff Bosey.
Right.
I actually witnessed Mike once making out with Bosey.
True.
No joke there. I just wanted to tell you guys about how disgusted I was about that.
Disgusting.
All right. And that was pretty much it. And then I just wrote, that Don Sill helped me write this. And then in all seriousness, Mike Keegan is one of the people I've met in comedy that I can call a close friend. We've confided in each other. We've been there for each other, had a ton of laughs together, and most importantly, have gone to Islander games together.
Yes,
Right.
we have.
Mike is a powerhouse in the LA comedy scene and should be a powerhouse nationally in comedy. He's that funny. I love you, brother.
Thank you
Wow.
very much, Tony. I love you, Tony.
That was
great.
fucking
Yeah, we're
terrific.
live roast on the Herschy
Tony,
and
that
Keegs
was
show.
terrific.
Excellent job.
That was
I like it.
was really, really terrific. I am very impressed.
Very good writing,
I'm
Don
sorry that
Sill.
you didn't get a chance to do it, but I kind of like that you were able to do it here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think it worked out better that way.
I don't know. I just feel like Tony deserved his own little platform,
definitely.
and he got it.
Yep.
So
yeah, Carla messaged me. She's told me to apologize because she felt bad, but that was all. It was all Butera's fault.
I never in a million years thought Carla had anything to do with it. But but thank you, Carla, for saying that. Yeah. Carla also apologized to me afterwards for calling me the disabled retard during the show.
right,
and I was like, "What are you apologizing for? It's true." I was pleasantly surprised she apologized. I thought it was hilarious. The whole night was hilarious.
It was hilarious.
It really was.
Except for Butera.
It's interesting. Like I don't know. I'm not a lover of the roast. Same thing, and I don't love the spirit of them. But I just watched your reaction, and that's all I was concerned about. If you were going to feel butthurt or slighted in any way, you weren't. And kudos to everybody. I mean, there was some heavy hitting writing going on.
Tim Thompson.
Yeah,
come on.
Yeah, he's a killer. Well, I mean, listen. Anyone who texted me, I'm like, you're not going to be able to follow this guy. Of course, I was after him, which was. But we all did. I think everyone did great. Some better than others. But really, it was probably the best roast that I've seen from beginning to end.
It was great.
Ever.
I mean, the people in the audience were like. At least 10 people literally, like, my stomach hurts from laughing.
Oh, yeah,
the entire time. And there was a lot of inside baseball, a lot of inside jokes.
Yeah.
But those even hit with the people in the audience.
There's no doubt about it, and I think that the people who were just there to see a roast were surprised by the level of writing. But when you have a room filled with Eric Haft, Hugh Murray, Tim Thompson, Tony Landolfi, Terry McNeely, Kathy, like it was just like everyone did terrific. Yeah. So it was very cool. Happy birthday to you. Proud to honor you. You deserved it, and just a great night, and really, really special. A couple of weeks before that, Mikey and I were on a show together over at the Brokerage. I had performed for the first time in a few weeks. We had a blast over there at the Brokerage Comedy Club.
That was a great show.
Great show, yeah. That was super
killed.
cool. I was proud. I had a strong set. Really,
did you ever
really
get
good.
the tape?
I have the tape.
All right, very nice.
I have the tape, and you know what? I didn't cut it up yet. Maybe I'll send it to you, and we'll put a couple of things on social.
I'll make some clips of it. Yeah,
we'll definitely. I'll make a note about that. Little YouTube note for that.
That was some night because they had me booked here.
Yeah.
In the Giggle Room. It was actually, this show here was awesome in the Giggle Room. It was the residents of the Seasons, I think, in East Meadow, like
like
assisted
the 50
living.
and over, 55 and over.
But this was like 85 and over.
Okay.
And they were one of the best crowds.
You said
were literally very, very.
You said it was a hot crowd, which I was surprised about.
I walk in there drinking martinis. They laughed at everything. What a great crowd. Eric Taglioni had hosted. Eric Haft closed it, and then they sent me right straight over to the Brokerage. So it was a fun night.
So I've performed in front of those elderly type of crowds before, and it hasn't. This is years ago. We've talked about this on the show that Walker has had us at his place out in Deer Park, the condo complex, and that could be a little bit of an octogenarian type of crowd, and it's not always a hit crowd necessarily. But you were, I think, pleasantly surprised that this was a doozy the other night. Yeah, it was really good. So very, very, very cool. We also did we talk about our Comics Day at the beach?
I don't know. We haven't had a show since then.
So we had a great. It just, man, being with a group of only comics just hits differently. We were fortunate enough to be invited. Me and Mike and Haft and Kanal and Dennis Rooney were invited to Scott Chandler's barbecue party at his chalet, beach club, whatever it was.
Cabana.
And we just had a day of it was like a full green room day.
It was fun. I got stuck working a little bit late, so you guys got a little head start on me, but it was awesome. And listen, and this is another thing, these are the guys that I started out with.
Right.
The day I started, literally at the Wild Child open mic.
Right on Sunrise Highway, the tattoo parlor.
Those were my first friends. Haft was there, and Kanal, and Dennis Rooney.
Tim Dillon.
Tim Dillon. Well, Tim Dillon used to come there. He didn't join us that night because he's
busy and famous and wealthy.
Counting his money.
Yeah.
But
so you got there a little bit late. I got there a little bit before you, but I actually strategically tried to get there after the frolicking of the ocean and things. And it wasn't an ocean day. It was like 70 something, low 70s, windy. It was overcast, and I showed up like I was Morgan Freeman on the beach in Shawshank, and literally the group was going back into the ocean.
Yeah, everyone was like, "Why is Mark in blackface?"
Yeah, well, that's right. That's. So I showed up, and I had like cargo shorts on, like I had a polo shirt on, and they're like, "We're going in the fucking water, fuckface," and I'm like, "Shit," and I didn't want to go in the water, but then like, listen, the water is actually warmer than the temperatures outside, so I literally on the beach, I changed into a fucking bathing suit and I took my shirt off and showed my new rippled physique.
Yep.
And I was in. Now, mind you, by the way, the water was preparing for that terrible storm that was happening a few days later.
Yeah, it was churning up.
The water was fucking warm and it was insane.
Like a bathtub, yeah.
So I get in the water. It's Canal. It's Rooney. Within 3 minutes, Canal gets blasted and his glasses go flying and they're gone forever. Okay.
Yeah.
I tiptoe in. The next thing you know, I get sucked into the water, get blasted with a triple hitter wave, do a triple somersault, triple Lindsay in the water.
Wow.
Fucking nailed. I was just mutilated. But it was a nice way for me to ease into the water.
Yeah.
And then after that, I was like, this is kind of fun.
Yeah.
So we did that. You didn't actually make it to the beach. We met you back at
the handball court.
The handball courts where I always got to be careful about this, but I had tagged that I was there, and within like 2 minutes, I got a message on Facebook, "Hey, Billy's there." It was from my childhood friend Billy, whose wife happened to see on Facebook that I was at the beach club.
He didn't grow up with Billy. Billy's actually a child. It's his child.
Little Billy, he's 7. No, Billy is one of my oldest friends, and he happened to be visiting in from Virginia, where he lives, visiting his mom, who's been a 55-year resident of the Silver Point Beach Club. Next thing you know, Billy was hanging out with us, and then I had to go say hello to his mom and his aunt and all of his cousins. They were having a big birthday party. I literally walked in as they were singing "Happy Birthday," and then as I look ready to head back because we're going for dinner. Schenliger is cooking burgers and steaks or whatever it was.
We had ribs
that were delicious. I look in the corner of my eye and I can tell that since they're having this big cake that they're having, that the food that they have is probably no longer being used, and they had catered in massive amounts of food from a Greek restaurant.
Ooh,
so I churned up some souvlaki
like
chicken.
A hero. Yeah, the chicken bites.
I went from taking heat, Tony, for not bringing any food because I had come from work. Next thing you know, I bring in a massive heaping bowl of souvlaki chicken and lemon potatoes from the Greek festival that they had over there. And all of a sudden, I wasn't that much of a heel anymore.
And then we were like, all right, maybe maybe it's not so bad that Mark's here.
And it served to be as a little appetizer. Like they were playing handball, they came off the court. Mikey had a little piece of chicken.
It was nice.
Rooney had a little lemon potato. And it worked out really well. And it was just a nice night.
It was a great night.
Yeah, it was
one
lovely.
of my favorite days of the year because it's only every couple of times a summer they get a guest passes over there.
Because otherwise, I don't know if you knew this, but it's $50 to get in per person and another $10 to park. Like if you're not looking to spend $60 to go to the beach, you're not going ultimately. Yeah. But we got some guest passes, and we didn't leave till like 10 o'clock probably.
10 o'clock,
we were there pretty late.
Had a cigar on the beach.
Yeah, it was terrific, and I have to feel like I don't know how you guys feel about this, and maybe because I see it because I have my son going back to school today, and my wife's going back to school as a teacher. But I like when the summer comes to an end and you can kind of reflect back. I mean, for me, I was in Saratoga a few times, as were you a few times. I had my cruise. We had your roast. Like it was a pretty satisfying summer.
You look back at it, it was nice.
Yeah, and, life has to go on. It's time to go back into the regular schedule. But I'd say overall, we hit it pretty hard this summer.
Yeah, we had a good summer.
Saratoga,
good
roast, beach. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I had
whatsoever.
Went to Saratoga twice. You were there a couple times.
Dude, I'm so proud of you. I mean, I took you there once, and then you just went ahead and...
I showed Vinny the Mark Hirschman tour of Saratoga.
You did.
My buddy Vinny that I went with.
I loved it. Vinny's the best. Vinny was at the roast. Shout out to not a lot of Mike's buddies came because it was Sunday night, Labor Day, 9 o'clock for the roast. Yeah. So you can understand if people were tired or banged up. But Vinny Capozzi, who's one of Mike's best friends since he's a little kid, he showed up and it looked to me like he had a super time.
Vinny had a great time.
So
he's a good dude.
He's a top-notch dude, and that was awesome. And again, some other Mikey's friends wanted to come. on, but due to other plans.
You set us up in Saratoga with a human trafficker?
Yeah, so basically one of my oldest friends in the horse racing business, Little Joe. Little Joe used to be an exercise rider for when I was on the track, and my trainer, Mitch Friedman, Joe was a good buddy of his and his exercise rider, and now he's kind of dealing with a hip injury. He's probably in his late 50s, early 60s now, and he's not riding as much, or not really at all, I should say, but he's Ubering, and I reached out to Joe, and I'm like, listen, Keeger's going to be there. He's going to be there with Vinny. Can you take care of him? And it sounded like it was a really good deal for all three of you guys. Yeah.
I probably spent more than I would on a regular Uber because I overtipped him.
Well, so you texted me how much, and I'm thinking like he charged you like 20 and you gave him 10. You're like, I gave him $180 or something. Like, you didn't need to do that. You didn't need to do that, but it was cool, and I'm sure that you don't regret a second of it.
No, we had
to
fun.
hang out.
Yeah, we had fun talking to him. We hung out with him at the track the next day.
Yeah,
but he had mentioned, I guess, that he's gotten involved in some human.
So I don't know. I don't think he's used that verbiage. You can tell me if he did.
Will.
But go ahead.
He mentioned that he got a call to drive somebody. It was a Middle Eastern guy.
Yeah.
And right after they confirmed the ride, the Middle Eastern guy calls his cell phone and says, "How much are you getting paid to drive to?" It was a pretty far drive. And Joe said, "I think I'm going to be getting $100 from Uber." He goes, "How about you cancel that?
Yeah.
And I give you $200, bro."
Yeah.
And Joe's like, "All right, $200." He canceled it, and he drove him personally. He goes, "But it's not going to be me you're picking up. It's going to be 3 of my friends, and do not talk to them. Do not look at them. Wow. Just drive them to where they're going." So he did that. Another week later, he gets a call from the same guy. "Hey, bro, I need you to pick up some more people," and different people. Same thing, $200 to drive them to wherever. And then a couple weeks later, it was even bigger. It was even 2 more. It was an even further drive, and another person.
Yeah.
He goes, "I will give you $500.
Oh boy.
And he's just giving this guy money who's just taking it, but he doesn't want Uber involved in it. This is human trafficking we're talking about.
If you say so, I know nothing about it. I don't want to be an accomplice to anything. I know nothing about you, Joe, rides, Indian people. I don't know anything.
You know nothing about Indian people.
I don't know anything about it. And good luck to you. And
good luck to him.
I think that your ass will get rammed very well in federal prison.
Now.
Yeah. We did have Chris Roche here before. He does his show. It's called The Psychology of Fuckery. We don't know why it's called that, but either way, it is. And I had a little funny situation the other day I didn't tell you about. I was at CVS picking up my Lexapro, which is what I do. And I must have been in a conversation with the pharmacist who has been, who knows me well enough to kind of give me some medical guidance, knows that I'm a fucking loon. And at some point during the conversation, I didn't realize it, but I must have had just been texting with Roach, and I somehow voice texted a conversation that I had with the pharmacist.
Are you serious?
Yeah, so the text reads, "I'm going to do it. I emailed my cardiologist today, and he wants me to get it. I'm not going to do it today, though. I'm not ready today, but I'm going to do it in the next couple of days. I mean, I am 54 years old, so that's what I should get an pneumonia shot for, right?" So he writes back, "Get what?" I said, "Oh, shit, I was talking to the pharmacist, and she recommended that I get a pneumonia shot. I must have recorded and texted it to you." And that's the another bizarro story of Mark David Hirschman.
But if I got that voice message from you, I wouldn't even think anything of it. I'd be like, just a regular voice message from Mark Hirschman.
A regular. Were you there when Eric Half, by the way, told a really funny story at the night of the... no. Ever?
Never. Not once.
Hello,
Dolly.
He told me a story that I really, really hope it's true. So Tony will definitely remember who this is, and I don't know if Mike will, just from an age standpoint. But do you remember who Paul Lynde was?
Of course,
from Hollywood?
yeah. Oh, yeah. So, I was there when he said that.
So Eric Half told a story that, and it definitely sounded like he had heard this from someone who had some sort of connection to Paul Lynde.
Physically?
Probably.
Well, I mean, if it was Eric Half, I would assume there was a physical connection. But the story goes, and I wish it was, half telling it, because without even having to do it, he sounds like
he
like
does
Paul
a good
Lynde.
Paul Lynde, yeah.
And apparently the story goes that Paul Lynde was on an airplane once, a crowded airplane, and there behind him, a couple rows behind him, there were two like little kids, like toddlers, like causing a ruckus. And Paul Lynde is a star. I mean, he was on Hollywood Squares for how long, and he was on Match Game and all this shit.
Bye Bye Birdie.
Yeah, like this was a legitimate star, obviously. And even though back then nobody was allowed to say that you can't come out as gay in the 70s.
Yeah.
Nobody, you didn't, right? I mean, all kidding aside, you didn't. But people knew by the way he spoke that he was definitely a little bit effeminate. And so the story goes, there's a little ruckus, Tony, going on behind him on the airplane, and Paul Lynde said, if somebody doesn't shut those kids up, I'm going to fuck them. And it hit for me.
Yeah,
it hit, and it's a good one.
He had a couple cocktails in him. He's feeling good.
Yeah. So kudos to Eric Half for telling that joke. Not even in Paul Lynde's voice, just in his own voice, and it really was great, really good.
Mike's mom wants to know why Richie Byrne wasn't at the roast.
Richie Byrne was working.
Richie Byrne only cares about himself.
No,
and he was working.
Yeah, so
he'd rather make $60 at a bar than be there for his.
You know what? I honestly can't. Richie Byrne is. He's supporting his family. He's doing what he got to do, and that's his job. He's a comic, he's a singer, but he also tends bar, and
very important.
I don't know.
He gets free booze there. That's why.
No, but I'm sure on a Sunday night and Labor Day he probably did okay, and I made sure I included him. There wasn't a lot of Richie Byrne stuff.
No, I thought there would be more.
I thought mine. I gave a little zinger to him.
Yeah.
So the one thing, I'm assuming Sheba's going to pop up, but just from a timing standpoint, I feel it's necessary that because by this time next week, I'm pretty sure that the entire world is going to have watched Unknown Number on Netflix.
Oh my God, dude.
So did you
watch it, Tony?
No.
Okay, so
watch it.
So there's an incredibly bizarre, and this is actually a little bit of a spoiler alert. So if you guys don't want to hear us talk about Tony, same thing with you, but you don't give a shit. Unknown Number is a catfishing documentary.
Okay. I did.
And it is, so I happen to text Mike, and we do this, like if we're going to cover something on the show, we'll say, hey, did you watch this? Do you know Dr. Hobie? Do you know whatever the case may be? Yeah. And you were like, no, I watched it. When did it even come out? I mean, recently.
A couple days ago, but it was one of those number one things on Netflix that was recommended to me.
So it is, as I wrote on Facebook last night, it is fucking bananas. It is one of the most bizarre, disturbing things. And again, we're going to talk about who it was right now. So if you're listening, go ahead and shut it down.
Right before I was coming here, Carla was watching it, and she keeps texting me every 2 minutes. She's like, "Oh my God, I can't believe it!" And then another 2 minutes, "Oh my God, I can't believe this!" It just gets weirder and weirder and
Tom, we're going to talk about it. I hope you don't mind. It's okay. But turns out that the awful catfishing that was going on to this 17 or actually 13-year-old girl originally, 13, 14, and her boyfriend, it turned out the big twist about halfway in.
These messages were telling her, go kill yourself.
Yeah,
your boyfriend doesn't like you. You're ugly.
It was one of the worst things I've ever seen, but it turns out that it was the girl's mother who was the person who was doing the catfishing. And people are saying that it's something called cyber Munchausen by proxy, which is Munchausen by proxy is when you essentially almost want your kid to be sick so you can be the heroic one taking care of them
and they go to for help.
But the lunacy of this whole fucking thing was that not only was she saying hurtful things, but she was very, very deliberately and repeatedly over a span of months saying, kill yourself. No one wants you here. Yeah. You'd be better off dead. Really horrific things. That took a back seat from me to some of the personal hurtful things that she was saying to her kid, you have no tits, you flat ass fucking bitch.
Exactly.
You're ugly. I suck his dick better than yours.
Yeah, very detailed.
Really fucking
and then
awful.
She's saying it's because of the trauma that she had when she was a kid, and that's what people said to her, and that she's looking out for her daughter. It was wild. This is why women.
Yes, it's
I'm
okay.
Sorry.
You're allowed.
I'm sorry.
Do it, Mikey.
Women are nuts. Women
Yes.
are crazy. At least if the father goes crazy, he just murders the family.
Yeah.
If the mother or the woman goes crazy,
Right.
she mentally tortures you for years and years and years. The father will just murder everybody.
The stuff was so brilliantly creative, though. Like, you don't know how to suck a dick.
I know,
I can suck his dick better than you.
It was
really the meanest.
And it turns out the
worst
mother
shit.
just lost her job, and then this is all she did all day long was torture her daughter and her boyfriend
But, Tone,
through text messages.
That's right.
And this horse-faced maniac.
Oh my God, she looked like she was Secretariat.
Yeah.
She was just horrific to the eye. The daughter was a cute kid.
Yeah.
The boyfriend was a nice looking kid, and this woman something must have gone amiss in her brain. I don't know what the hell happened there.
Might be not the popular opinion, but I think the message. I think it built character in her daughter.
You think?
I think so. It built some
So-
character because she took it pretty well.
She did, and that's a little bit weird because some of the things I'm reading on social tonight before I got here was that people are saying that they think that the daughter was part of it because when the cops came in and they told the girl in front of her mom, it was your mom.
Yeah.
The mom was consoling the girl, and the girl didn't have any sort of negative
She didn't
reaction,
say-
like
you would
get
be
the fuck away
shocked.
from me,
It-
horse
even
face.
the first time when the cop came in and told her, it was your mother, she
Yeah.
didn't seem shocked at all.
She didn't. Not only did she not seem shocked, Mike, she seemed not surprised.
Yeah.
Like, yep, you got us, and go ahead and hug me, Secretariat, and that was it.
It's true. I do think I felt bad for the father.
The
the
father
girl's
was
father.
like,
Like he was shocked. Like
I think he was. Yeah, like
he
he's
was
like
the one getting lied to for years and years from his wife, and the house went into foreclosure.
and they were in two different houses previous to that,
Yeah.
and he basically said like to the cops, if you don't get her out of here, you're going to be taking us both away, and my kid's not going to have any parents.
Yeah.
So that felt legit to me.
He was legitimately not involved. I don't think.
I don't
in
think
his
so
reaction.
either. But
the
thing,
daughter, it does seem like there might have been something up with the daughter.
The thing that was odd to me, so Tony, this town that they lived in, what city was it or state?
Somewhere in Michigan. It was in Michigan. I forget what town it was.
But it was like one of those schools where it was K or nursery through 12. So
Yeah.
you went through the whole school.
it was like Bethel something.
Yeah, like, it was
Beale Street School or something like that.
Yeah, I think it was Beale School or something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah, but it was one stoplight legitimately, two bars in the town, one stoplight, and one school. And there's not maybe a couple of hundred people total, right? So just totally bizarro.
Yeah, it's
and
a wild story. I mean, even if that we did ruin it for you just now,
Yeah.
watch it because it's still crazy.
Yeah. I mean, absolutely. The thing that I thought was weird was like they literally could have gone to every single person in that town and said, "We're gonna take your phone for 2 days." Like it would have taken like 2 weeks.
Yeah,
it would have
exactly.
been like,
That's true.
Horseface didn't
that is true.
Horseface didn't text for a couple of days. But I mean, it took 2 years for them to figure out with
And that
forensic
poor girl,
investigators.
Chloe, that everyone was blaming.
Oh my God! Well, she was probably a little bit of a fucking see you next
yeah,
Tuesday
yeah.
anyway.
No, exactly.
Like she was definitely doing
Well,
some
she
bad
was
shit.
like the mean girl at the school. You could tell.
Yeah, no, she was chugging cocks that she shouldn't have. So like she probably had a little bit of comeuppance of what she was supposed to get.
Yeah.
But it was cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Wild.
It was just so bizarre, and perhaps the most bizarre thing about it was that so she went away to prison for only a year and a half, but she did do time, Tony. She went away, but now she is back in the community. Or I mean, they didn't say exactly where she
I think
lived,
she
but
is back because her parents lived not too far. I'm sure she's living like Waterford or wherever they were.
Right.
Her parent. I think she's staying with her parents probably, but she hadn't seen her daughter in a year and a half.
she hadn't seen her daughter in a year and a half,
And
allegedly.
the interview of her as she's out of prison, explaining everything that happened, she's like bubbly about it, and she's like laughing.
She's
about
like,
it
it wasn't that big of a deal.
Yeah.
It's going to make our relationship stronger. And it was just cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. So it looks like Sheba's here. What we're going to do real quick, Tone, is we're going to run through our second set of advertisements. We're going to pop up Sheba Mason. Okay, sound good,
Excellent.
Mikey?
Sounds good to me.
The Hershey and the Keegs show is proudly brought to you by our man Eric Haft at Sunray Services. Yes, now is the best time to convert to hybrid heating and cooling. Call them today at 631-231-5533 or visit them online at www.sunrayservices.com. We have have, of course, James Nocerino's Triple M Professional Painting and Construction, 516-395-6390. Family owned and operated for over 35 years. Call for your free estimate today and ask for James. We have the fine folks over at Dimitri's Valet Cleaners on Wanto Avenue in Levittown. They have been in the dry cleaning business since 1965. They take your garment care very seriously. Quality is their policy. Mention Hershey and the Keegs Show for 15% off your entire purchase. Of course, we have Demo Specialists, 1-855-RIP-OUTS, the number you call for demolition, dumpsters, fence rental. Family owned and operated for over 30 years. They are a fully licensed demolition contractor. And of course, last but not least, the beautiful New York State licensed real estate person, Diane Keegan. That's Mikey's mom.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she's fantastic. From All Island Estates Realty Corporation, you can call Diane directly at 516-458-1864 or email her at diane@allislandestates.com. If you're looking to rent, sell, buy, please make Diane your first call.
Do it.
She is hitting it hard on
She's doing it.
Wantaw
She's
moms,
doing well, yeah.
Levittown moms, things like that. So we are super stoked for our sponsors, and we are really, really honored to have the multi-talented, wonderful actress, singer, comedian,
My beautiful
filmmaker,
friend.
Mikey Keegan's friend. We have Sheba Mason. Sheba, I am Mark Hirschman. Hershey, of course, you know Keegs, and we have our producer, Tony Walker. How you doing, Miss Sheba Mason, tonight?
Thank you for having me.
We are so honored to have you. This is really a special treat. We have had before, we had a few months ago, we had Buddy Hackett's son, Sandy Hackett, on. But this is really a little extra special because Mikey knows you. He's worked with you.
I've known Sheba was another one of the first people that I met when I started doing comedy almost 14
And
years
you've told
ago.
me you've always done gigs at Sheba's and had
Oh,
a
yeah.
wonderful time.
I love Sheba. She's the best.
Sheba, you're here tonight. We are super stoked for you. You are going to be at the Bayway Arts Theater this weekend, producing your show, the Jackie Mason musical. You sing, you act. I have to be honest with you. I had not seen the show until I watched 4 or 5 clips earlier today when I was doing pre-production work. The show is fucking killer. It is killer,
thanks.
Sheba.
Actually, the guy who plays Jackie is waiting to be let in, I think.
Oh,
really?
gee, I didn't even
You got
know
a
that.
special guest?
That's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah, they invited him on the show too.
Excellent.
That's
I think
awesome.
he's somewhere. Yeah.
Awesome. Very cool.
And his name, is it Ian or Ian?
Ian.
Ian. Hey,
Yeah.
Ian. Welcome to the Hershey and the Keegs Show.
Great to be here. Great to be here. What a thrill it is to be here. It's such a thrill. I'm told it's such a thrill. That's why.
Amazing.
You know,
Ian, how are you,
saves
buddy?
one of the things that I noticed watching the clips is that aside from the vocal resemblance that Ian has to your late father, there is absolutely an uncanny resemblance from a looks wise, whether it's makeup or just in general. But man, you passed for Jackie Mason in your sleep, brother. I mean, that was fantastic. Really wonderful.
Unfortunately, that's the best comment I've on my looks that I've ever gotten in my life. But
You look
what
like
can you
Jackie.
do?
There you go.
You look like an old 90-year-old Jew. But
Now, Carla and I about a year ago saw the play,
Okay.
the musical,
Sure.
when they were in up in Port Washington.
Okay.
Amazing! It was amazing. We loved it. The place was packed. Everybody enjoyed it. It's
Yeah, you
phenomenal.
guys came. You came
I-
to the landmark.
I
It was
had
so
no.
sweet.
I know Sheba as an amazing comedian. I never knew she was a singer and a dancer like that, and she is so talented. She was amazing in it, and Ian was amazing in it. It was really phenomenal.
And not only that, you didn't even say, "Hey, give me a comp." Can I? You just showed up.
I wanted
you
to
didn't
surpri-
tell me you were coming.
I wanted
And
to
that's the
surprise you.
difference. I know, but that is the difference between a Jewish friend and an Italian
Right.
friend.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry.
Mark wants a comp to
Sheba, just ignore the text you're going to get from me at 10:05 tonight about the comp that I'm going to ask for. Sheba, can you tell us a little bit about the birth of this production? Your mother, Ginger Ryder, I believe, is the one who had put this together. Just tell us how this thing was formed, how it was born.
Well, basically, she met Jackie Mason at a coffee shop in Miami Beach circa 1977. She was a young buck, not really young, but young.
But
And,
she was in her 20s. Your dad was in his 40s, if I remember correctly. Is that right?
Yeah. Wow, you really did your research.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
really
It's a little
flattering.
creepy, Mark.
Thank you.
I also have loved Jackie Mason since I was a little boy. So, but go ahead. Yes.
Okay. And so, like, basically, he sent somebody over to the table. She was sitting with her mother. She had just moved to Miami Beach, Florida, and they were sitting like at the Rascal House, Wolfie's Delicatessen.
Wolfie Cohen.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And he sent his friend Wooly over to the table and, asked them if they would like to meet Jackie Mason. And then the whole dialogue that ensues is in the play. But basically, her mother she was like, oh my God, he's my favorite comedian. Come on. And so she really sort of pushed her into this when my mother was just kind of a demure, borderline virginal girl at that point.
Sure.
I mean, really, the one guy she ever had relations with was just a state trooper once by accident.
It's Mark
And,
too.
Yes. This sounds like my autobiography, actually.
She was a teacher of the hearing impaired who belly danced on the side. And so her mother was a very dominating Jewish mother and said, so maybe he'll toss some dancing jobs your way. I'm not saying go to bed with him, not the first night, make him suffer a little. So then my mother went out with him, and supposedly within the first hour of being really opposed to going out with such an older, dissipated looking man, she fell in love with him because of his charm and his wit.
That's kind of how my wife fell in love with me.
That's exactly,
Same thing. I went through some of the songs and I listened to a few of the songs and I cracked up because there's a song that I feel like Mike could have written about me. It's called I Never Met This Yenta. And Mike says that about me all the time.
It's true.
How did your mom write all the songs and the fact that she was able to combine comedy and music is such a rare feat. Has your mom always been that talented to be able to do something like this?
Well, thank you for acknowledging that, because most shows are written by two people, like a lyricist and a composer. But this, she also has two other plays, both about celebrities that no one has ever heard of anymore. But but yeah, she wrote it all herself. And the thing is, I Never Met This Yenta is about the paternity suit. So
right.
when Jackie was denying that he was the father, she I guess I don't want to flatter her so much because it's my thing too, but she kind of cleverly crafted this thing where it's he's in court, he raises his hand and he goes through this whole long thing I Never Met This Yenta, and it spirals into all right, I guess I knew her. That's after I knew her for 10 years, sex nonstop, and then it's
that's after the blood test came back positive.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
kind of forced his hand.
For some of our younger audience, they might not remember, but you can go back to the New York Post Daily News in the mid '80s, and this was a thing. It was on the cover of the paper where there was a picture of little baby Sheba back in '80. I think you were born '85. Is that right? Is that right? When were you born? Yes.
At the very end of '85 was the end.
Okay. Well, whatever it was, the point is that
tail end. It was the end that it was just about '86. You could almost call it '86.
yes,
There you go.
got it.
And Sheba, how much do you weigh? Come on, Mark. What is?
No, this is not.
What a gentleman
No,
here,
no,
Mark.
this is not. This is in the show. I mean, it's not private information. But the fascinating thing about it, your dad was probably at the peak of his notoriety at the time, and what Ian said is entirely true. That it showed that he was the dad, and he still was kind of nah, I'm not the dad, and eventually he's yeah, I am the dad. I mean, is that basically what happened, Sheba?
Yeah. That is exactly what happened.
Yeah.
Because so his show, his big Broadway show, remember, he struggled so much after the Ed Sullivan Show thing happened. And we actually have a very cute number where Ian explains what happened in the Ed Sullivan Show, and Mike saw that.
Yep.
About the finger, know. And that set him back many years.
Yeah.
And so finally, all these people got together, Mel Brooks and everybody else, and invested. And Carl Reiner invested in him opening up on Broadway, and he's finally on Broadway, and then boom, this breaks out.
Exactly.
And back then, back then it was like a big deal to have a child out of wedlock. Like now it's like everybody does it.
And now it's fun. It's cool. It's the cool thing to do.
Now it's like nobody even likes you if you
I
don't.
have several.
Yeah.
Sheba, I've always gotten the impression that you've had a very strong relationship with your mom, but portraying her in a sense, has this drawn you closer to your mom over the years? I mean, tell us a little bit about that.
Well, what do you say?
Well, I mean, you're
close.
Yeah, I mean, you're actually playing the role of your mom, so that's got to be a pretty intense experience, I would assume. You're kind of replaying the life that she lived on stage. I mean, that's got to be fantastic.
Something, yeah.
I love it.
I see in Ian's background, it has like the New York Daily News.
Yeah.
The article that came out. That was me as a baby. That's Jackie.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was very strategically placed. Thank you, Ian. But
good timing, Ian.
I love that.
the thing is like, so basically when my father left when I was 2, it was like me, my mother, and my grandma before my mother met a man who she's now married. She's actually, knock on wood, she's married to a sweetheart. He's a cantor, another super Jew.
Yeah.
And they're married 20 years. But before that, it was like my mother and I alone. So she would be like telling me about her dates. I'm like 3.
Yeah, exactly.
So we were like, and I'm an only child and a girl, so it was like we were like very close from like the beginning,
That's right.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm the only one she had to talk to. It was like me or her mother. She would ask me my opinion on like songs she wrote. Like, do you like this song? What do you think of that song?
I'm 3. I like Sesame Street. That's.
I don't know if you know this, Mike, and I know that you have such a pure love for Judaism with me being your podcast partner and your close friend for 12 years.
Yeah.
You used to. Is that Jackie Mason comes from a very, very pious background.
Oh, yeah.
His family, I believe that his family went to yeshiva as my father went to yeshiva. I think that
wow.
Jackie did. Yeah. I grew up in an Orthodox shul. The tattoos don't tell you that I still do, obviously.
Not at all. Never would have guessed that.
I believe, if I remember correctly from years ago, Jackie went on to become a cantor, which is someone who sings at the shul, and then he was ordained to be a rabbi for several years too. Is that accurate?
That's totally accurate. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
And it was when he was a rabbi that he would make a sermon and start joking during his sermon.
Yeah.
And then he was like, well, when I'm joking, I see like some women are interested, and I'm joking and I like the jokes and I like the way I'm joking. And then that's literally how he started becoming a comedian, was through his sermons.
Yeah.
Actually.
And that's even like Kinnison. Kinnison was a preacher.
Thank you. It's the same exact analogies that Kinnison was a preacher, and then he started to do humor through that.
See, I can contribute to the show.
That's good. Very good. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud. Just Mike's a little sensitive, Sheba and Ian, because this past Sunday we actually had the first Mike Keegan roast for, it was his birthday, and we ripped him apart pretty hard, and he took a lot of heat for anything awful about him, and he took a lot of heat of not contributing to the show, but he does contribute a lot, and so if he seems sensitive, he is. But that was great input, though. That was great.
Thank you very much.
Ian, how much do you love this role? How much have you gotten a kick out of doing this?
Oh my God! It's it's the only thing I've done for the last 13 years, and I can't get enough of it. And when do you get an opportunity to really a legacy of a guy like this? He's got a Broadway legacy. He's done a couple of movies, and a lot of people know him from Caddyshack 2 or The Jerk. But really, it's a stage legacy. And so, how do you carry on a stage legacy? Well, on the stage. And so, it couldn't be a better environment to keep that legacy going. And nearly 100 years later, the guy was born in 1928 or something like that. So it's crazy.
That's great.
Yeah, it's it really comes out though. Like I said, I assure you I will get to see the show. I'm not sure if I'll be there this weekend, but now that I know about this, the clips that I watched, I was like, I texted Mike. I'm like, holy shit, this is really freaking good.
It's great. We had such a good time, and not only Sheba and Ian, who are amazing in it, but some of our friends Debbie Diamore and Mario Diamore are both.
Oh, I didn't know Debbie was in the show.
Yep.
For how long has Debbie been in the run? That's great.
Just now, she just joined, and actually, she's a comedian. If you don't know,
for
those of you who don't know Ian,
But
basically, I asked Mike. We did the show in the Hamptons, which went really well, and I asked Mike. I said, "Do you know?" We were looking for some extemporaneous people because it is a cast of 8 to 10, because of big songs like the Early Bird Special and celebrity seekers and stuff like that. So there's always like people eating at the Rascal House, or people in the comedy club. So Mike sends me Debbie. Debbie sends me to somebody else, Christina, who's playing the mother. Christina sends us to Erica. So now we've got 3 out of the 4 people that were in the big hit here. Called Menopause the Musical, which was at the Smithtown Performing Arts Center. That was packed. So we've got 3 out of the 4.
Excellent. Yeah,
So we're working on getting the 4th.
That's right. I'm basically the casting director of this production now.
You are the casting director. It's amazing.
You really are the casting director. I just came from rehearsal and it's going like really amazing. And thank you to Mike for we love Debbie, we love Mario.
They're great.
Yeah.
I think I have a little hard time understanding how you find time to do all you're a comic, you're a club owner, you're a producer, you're a singer. I mean, how do you find time to do all this stuff?
Well, I don't have much of a personal life.
Okay. Fair. But that's okay.
No, I'm not like a club owner. I run a room.
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about like deliveries and tomatoes and stuff.
And it's a great room. It's so much fun. 3 Monkeys.
The Speakeasy?
It's Sheba's Speakeasy.
Yep.
At 3 Monkeys in Manhattan. It's such a good room. Carl and I do it pretty often.
That's great.
They just move locations. They're right across the street, right from the Book of Mormon. Over on Broadway over there.
Okay.
Yep. So it's
whenever
a great
I
room.
think people are coming, I message them. I say, "Hey, I actually have 10 people coming. You should come." Come from Long Island. It's going to be worth it.
There you go. It's a lot of fun. The food and drinks are good there, and Sheba does it right over there. We always have a lot of fun over there.
Sheba, do you think when you go through all this stuff, do you think that you ever think about how proud you should be of what you've done here? I'm sure your mom is super proud. As far as your late dad's feelings about it, I mean, what do you think that would be? I mean, what do you think his feelings would be about what you're doing and what an impact you're making?
Well, I would like to think if I were dead.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I mean, and someone really cute was playing me who did my act and danced and sang and was really charming, and I would think that would be the biggest tribute to me, right? So if he is we know he's a bright man. I know when you die, who knows what happens, but he should be really kind of helping us more from the other side. And he's doing, maybe he's helping us a little, but he could do
a little more.
It'd be so, wouldn't you be so flattered? If,
absolutely.
Some yenta went out of their way to keep your legacy alive. That's so flattering.
Yeah.
Make him look so good in the play. There's one scene maybe where, all right, so there's some fans that go a little crazy and they're called zombie robots. So what?
Right.
That's the only scene. And Mike knows that.
Yep.
Basically it's we really show his act, we show his charm and his wit, and people come up to us after the show and they say they say to my mother, I could understand why you liked him. I could understand. Thank God you found somebody else.
Exactly.
Listen, there are times I'm sitting here on a Tuesday night next to Mike. We have no guests, and I'm praying to myself, my late father, Steve Herschy, please fucking help me. Please. Something with this
schnook. They're supposed to do. They're supposed to do that when they die.
That's right.
I think, certainly a credit to you and probably even more so your mom, but I know that my research has told me that it was always important to your mom to make sure that the memory that you had of your dad was good things, not anything about the paternity suit or things like that, but it was that she wanted you to remember what Jackie Mason was to people and comedy and so forth. And from what I can understand, it seems like that comes across in this show as well.
She won't let her forget.
That's good. That's a mitzvah. It really is. Yeah, you can imagine that's probably pretty difficult for your mom. Your mom did not exactly have an easy road with this situation. So the fact, Sheba, that she was able to write this and put it together like that, I think is really a credit to what kind of person your mom probably is. Yeah.
She's actually coming with me tomorrow to physically be at a different podcast at Governors in the Morning.
Oh, nice.
But Tony's podcast.
Oh, he's doing.
You say your mother's coming?
She's coming tomorrow are you on that?
Yeah, that's mine. That's my show, yeah.
Oh, yeah. She's coming. She has to come because she has to drive me.
Oh, that's awesome. Because we Zoomed with you guys a year ago, and your mother was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, looking forward to that.
That's
cool.
So
and still quite attractive.
Yes.
It's
absolutely.
very cool that Tony wasn't trying to steal our thunder by having our Zoom guests in person in 12 hours. Thank you very much, everybody.
Well, we know who she likes better since she's coming in for me.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Sometimes Ian comes, but he couldn't, I guess. But
Actually, they've been in here already. In fact, I think Ian, weren't you here too with her once?
Were you there?
I don't know. Maybe.
Maybe you zoomed in, I think.
I would swear there was one night you guys were here at the club, and I would swear you guys came in with us. That wasn't Ian with you that night?
No, he wasn't there. That was
Ooh,
me.
some other
I happened to be
other
doing
Ian imposter.
No, I happened to be doing a show in one of the rooms, and then you like randomly invited me, but it wasn't like to promote the play.
Yeah, but you had somebody from the play was with you, and I remember he came in and we talked about it for a while.
He had been in the play once.
Okay.
And he, you know.
He doesn't count anymore. Screw him.
Yeah. We won't name names.
Thanks. As usual, thanks, Tony.
No,
Thank you for your input, Tony.
It was Alan. He was in the play once, but he couldn't really sing. So, you know,
Yeah.
he was in the play like 100 years. He just happened to be on the same show I was on that night. So we happened to end up talking about the play that was on.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. All right.
Alan Fuchs.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say it was Alan Fuchs. Exactly.
Yeah.
I was on the website earlier. There was a lot of tickets sold, and there's some tickets left. So please make sure that you go to Bayway Arts Theater. I believe it's in East Islip in Suffolk County. Is that correct?
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want a comp, let me know. I'll give you. I know.
You know what?
Won't ask for one.
Oh, that's. See, but no, the problem is I can't take a comp without Mike making me feel like I'm a heel.
Oh, dude,
So-
I will rip on you for months.
Is there a code, Sheba? Is there a discount code? Anyone listening can type in or anything like that? Where do they go to get tickets?
That's a good point. Where you go to get tickets is thejackiemassonmusical.com, and the code is early bird.
Excellent.
No,
Early bird.
no, there's no more code. Sorry, you missed it. There's no code.
TheJackieMusical.com, but we'll put that on our socials.
The
We'll make
Jackie
sure.
Mason Musical.
Yeah,
The
we'll
Jackie
share that
Mason
on our
Musical.
socials. The JackieMasonMusical.com.
Sheba, Mikey will put it on our socials, and he'll collaborate with you, so you can go ahead and make sure we get some pop out there for you. What do you see for the future, Sheba? Like I said, you're a terrific comic. This show, I mean, do you have are there things right now that you're thinking about or working on for the future at this point?
Well, I'm theoretically working on my comedy special, like in my brain, and whatever the wind blows.
Excellent.
Do you find it over the years, and I know that we've asked this question. I've met Rain Pryor and other people who have had incredibly famous parents before. Do you find it is an advantage, a disadvantage when people see Sheba Mason perform on stage for the first time and they're like, "Holy shit, that's Jackie Mason's kid"? Does it work to your advantage, your disadvantage, or sometimes both?
Well, what I've found, before like the year 2010, is that like when people couldn't afford Jackie Mason, they would hire me. So that was always to my advantage.
Yeah.
Now it's really, well, the fact that he got so political is a little bit sometimes to my disadvantage.
Right.
Because he got so, to one side.
Yeah.
And he was originally he went from left to right at a certain point.
Did he?
Yeah, I think later on he was which happens a lot with a lot of Democrats. It seems like lately. I know that's happening with Danny Cohen.
I could see why.
Oh yeah,
We're not starting with Danny Cohen is a very close friend of ours, and you've seen he's kind of gone a little bit different direction. But if we just want to wax poetic about Trump and right wing, Mike will do that. But I don't allow him to because we try to keep it down the middle here.
Sheba knows where I stand.
Sheba knows. She definitely knows.
Mike and I have many a discussion.
That's right.
Yes.
But the truth to it is that he could make anyone laugh about any political character, right? I mean, whatever Saturday Night Live tries to do nowadays, it's nothing compared to what he could say about anyone, and whatever he would say would have the audience completely, just crying
right.
with laughter about what was going on in the world. I mean, there's a fantastic moment that he had about being in Jerusalem or in Tel Aviv, I think, when they were getting bombed. Yeah. And his joke, literally, in Tel Aviv when they were getting bombed. And his joke about it was everyone would would sit at the table eating their pastrami until the bomb sirens went off, and then they would all run away so they didn't have to pay the bill. You know?
Brilliant.
Oh my God, I never even heard that. That's
It's
really
amazing.
great.
So just Sheba, it's I definitely want to let you know just from my background, I was raised on a healthy dose in the early '80s of Buddy Hackett, my father raised me on, and Jackie Mason. And I must have been in the 80s. I was 10, 11 years old. And then Jackie had eventually a show on, I believe it was Channel 9, WWOR TV here in New York. And it was, I'd never seen anything like it. And I'd never seen my late dad laugh the way he did when watching Buddy Hackett and watching Jackie Mason. Yeah. And I think that's what really kind of formed in my mind, even though I didn't start performing until I was in my 30s. That's what made me fall in love with stand-up comedy, and I think that people like Jackie Mason and Buddy Hackett probably did that for more people than they could ever imagine. You know what I mean, Sheba?
Yeah, you're totally right.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
even that, like making light of like the bombings, but like in such a funny, lighthearted way without really picking, like, like it's a lot more sensitive than comics are today. I think, like
Well,
it's chicken soup.
It is a lot more sensitive, and I think the thing that so I used to love, like, Carson would never touch on politics. Letterman would always go down the middle. The late night spectrum right now, when you look at Kimmel and you look at Fallon, like those guys all lean far left, and I think that ostracizes a large part of the audience because sometimes you just want to watch everyone get fucked with.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Like you don't need to go ahead and hear someone shit on only Trump or only Biden.
And it's like there's only so many jokes you can make, and at one point it's just saying it just to say it.
And it's
now
every
not
night
funny
though.
anymore.
Like
Yeah.
every night, if we know we're
Yeah.
gonna watch you and you're gonna shit on the same
Listen,
person.
we know I like Trump. If somebody made fun of Biden every single night over and over, I would say I'm sick of this. Enough.
Yeah, absolutely. It's interesting.
I probably wouldn't.
You'd love it. You'd love it. But the Jackie Masons and the Buddy Hacketts and the people like that who used to play it down the middle are a thing of the past. Now it seems like everyone takes a hard stance and just goes with it. And I don't love that culture. But luckily the Jackie Mason still lives through you and through Ian and through your mom. And we're super stoked that you guys popped in for a little bit tonight. Thank you so much. Enjoy tomorrow with Tony and your mom and Ian. And if I'm going to be able to get out there on Sunday, I will hit you up. And thank you so much, both of you guys, for coming on tonight.
And just so you know, Tony only has one leg, so don't get freaked out when you come in here.
Wear pants tomorrow, please. You don't want to fucking mortify the people. Yeah.
Thank you so much. And just so you know, the show is Saturday and Sunday.
Yes,
Saturday and Sunday, 3:00 on both days at Bayway, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Thank
All
you
right.
so much, you guys.
Yeah,
So
you're
thank
awesome.
you guys,
Ian,
and,
terrific.
yeah.
Thank you for popping on, and we'll see you guys in the morning time.
Yeah, thank you,
Okay.
Sheba and Ian.
All right. Have a great night. Thank you. That was awesome.
Take care. Love you.
Oh, I love them. I didn't
Oh,
even
they're
know
the
Ian was
best.
coming on.
I
That was
didn't-
great.
Yeah, I wasn't confirmed, but Sheba had mentioned.
That's
that he
great.
might.
Little surprise. I love
And,
that.
Sheba's
I love that.
Sheba's awesome. I love her.
Yeah,
I've
dude.
known her for a very long time. And
So when you and Carla, you go into when you say you're going into Three Monkeys, that's her room?
yeah, so she has. So it's actually they just changed locations.
Okay.
It's actually an even nicer location. They have. It's a bar. It's 3 floors.
Okay.
And the middle floor is just hers, just to do comedy. 7 nights a week, they have comedy shows there.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and it's cool. She has guys outside barking that
Yeah.
are getting people into the shows.
Sure.
When Book of Mormon lets out, they do fill up the room pretty nice there. And I remember
great.
the old place used to fill up because I would walk into the pizzeria on the corner. She'd have the guy in the pizzeria selling tickets for her. It was
That's
she,
awesome.
yeah, she does a good job there.
That's really cool. She's really a delight. He was a sweet guy.
Yeah.
The show's been going on for longer. I didn't realize it's been on for
Yeah, they've been doing it quite a while.
and it's keeping on going.
Yeah.
It's really
They do it down in Florida. They do it all over the place.
So Ian said that he's been doing it for 13. He does this. That's his gig.
I guess so. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I don't know if I think he does some stand up also,
Okay.
but
Yeah, he's terrific.
Yeah, he's
good.
great. He's great in the musical.
Good job, and definitely good letting me know that he was coming on before.
Yeah, my pleasure. No problem.
10 seconds before he
I know,
came on.
no,
You
I know
fucking
that I know that
nitwit.
you like to get. I know that you feel more comfortable if you don't know beforehand.
I love how they were like, yeah, they invited us on. I'm like, well, they wouldn't be me or Tony, so they is dipshit over here that went ahead and did that.
I actually might have to take some blame for that.
Oh, let's hear it. I'd love to blame.
Sheba asked me to email herself, her mother, and Ian regarding coming in here, and so when I emailed them, I said something about this is Gov's Comedy Club podcast.
Yeah.
And I mentioned, you guys, you're doing the show the night before, then
Sure.
you're doing my show.
Yeah.
But I didn't say Sheba's doing that. I just said you guys are appearing on the
Yeah,
show. So maybe I inadvertently invited Ian.
No, honestly,
out.
I loved it, and I was happy to see it, and he's terrific, and so is she.
Yeah.
We're
And,
even. You took over on Monday, so I.
Yeah. So, well, that's interesting. So Tony had a show yesterday. Basically, every single person on the Long Island community comedy scene, was in the studio. But I always try to be respectful. But the truth is, I do sometimes take over a little bit. Was I too much, Tone, yesterday for you?
You do? No.
In the show, was I too much?
No, you were actually nice. You said to me, "I hope you
Yeah.
don't step on your toes,"
Yeah.
and I did. I sat back and let you go.
We had listen, you do shows every day. It felt like the show was terrific, like really a great
I had
show
a great
yesterday.
time. I know that much.
Yeah, we had. Just so you know, I know you watch every day, but you were busy
I had
yesterday.
a fantasy football draft.
Yeah, so you
yesterday.
didn't get to
I
see
would
it,
have
but-
come here because I live 5 minutes up the block.
But I will tell
road.
you that Fat Jay was on fire.
Really?
He was on fire. He was slaughtering
Hopefully somebody had
Butera.
water.
He was slaughtering Butera about
Was
the
he?
whole $10
Oh,
thing.
yeah,
and,
that's him.
Can I just tell you that if you have a half hour, an hour to watch, it's a good show.
I'm gonna watch it as soon as I get
Yeah,
home.
we had the Oven Boys on, Tony's guest for the Oven Boys podcast. Bozy stopped in for a little
wow.
bit.
Star-studded.
Greg Halverson, you know Greg?
Yep,
Greg,
yep.
Wonderful man, wonderful guy. Tone, really delightful. Yeah,
seems like you're in love.
Well, probably, I'm sure I am. But
You know who was really great yesterday was Ryan Hirsch.
Oh, let's go ahead before
Yes!
we close out. So go ahead and
Before
tell
we
that
close
story.
out, oh
Go
my
ahead. What
God, I
happened?
almost forgot.
What happened, Michael?
I was messing around on Google today.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'll Google myself. And
So
then I'll
an
see-
AI Google thing, or
So I originally didn't, and I never even noticed that feature. But I just Googled like Mike Keegan comedian just to see if anyone's saying anything about me or whatever.
Yeah.
So I Googled Mike Keegan comedian, and I noticed that there's a AI manipulator tab that you can, and it AI does research for you.
for you. It does the work for
So-
you, just like me for you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it has all my little clips. It has some of my bio. It has other ventures that I do.
Other ventures.
other than stand up comedy.
What else have you done? Plays.
Get involved comedy was a thing I was
You and
involved
Hugh
with
Murray?
for a while,
Yep.
and on my podcast they mentioned the podcast.
Oh, good. What's it called?
Keegan also hosts a podcast with fellow comedian Ryan Hirsch.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. I fucking love it. Yeah.
You are Ryan Hirsch. Where did it even come with that?
I don't know. I don't. Is there a connection between Ryan Reese that you've opened for him?
Yes, I do a lot of work with Ryan Reese, and you're the Hirsch.
I don't understand. I mean, it's not even Ryan Hirschman. It's not even. I just don't get it. Yeah. All right. Wow.
That's artificial intelligence doesn't even know who the hell you are.
Yes. That's
man.
fantastic.
Oh,
Well,
what a good way to close out.
we
the show.
are
That was-
changing the name of the show to the Ryan Hirsch and the Keegs Show. I'm going to make sure we put that up on our socials tomorrow. This hour flew by. We'll just go ahead and I'll pop this out there real quick, and then Mike can tell us what kind of gigs he has coming up, and Tony's Traveling Roadshow, what he has coming up. But in the next few weeks, Herschy and the Keegs Show, here's some of the guests that we have. We had Sheba Mason on. We had Ian Mason on today. We had obviously Ryan Hirsch and the Keegs. We have young, handsome, debonair stand-up comic on the rise, Tom McGuire, coming in studio
Yes.
with us. That's a killer.
I love
We
Tom
have NBA champion, 12-year NBA star Speedy Claxton, coach of Hofstra, coming in via Zoom. We have former Major League Baseball player Frank Catalanato coming on the show. He's the coach of Hofstra Baseball. We have what me and Mike might consider the biggest guest we've had ever, just as far as our own personal love. We have Instagram and TikTok famous Dr. Hobie.
Dr. Hobie.
Dr. Hobie. What does Dr. Hobie do?
He's your guide to the finest things life has to offer.
Dr. Hobie is a blind chemist who just go look him up. We don't need to explain to you. Dr. Hobie, Hoby. I reached out to him. He had read the text or however he got the message, and
he sensed it.
He corresponded back that he was flattered and honored, and he's coming on in a few weeks. Dr. Hobie.
He wrote the AI thing. It said Ryan Hirsch.
That's right. He's coming on with Ryan Hirsch. So we got a fall. We are stacked. Stacked like motherfuckers for you guys. So we're super excited. Mikey, go ahead and tell us what you got before we go.
Just this weekend, come out to the Brokerage Friday and Saturday night. I'll be with Joe DeVito, our friend Joe DeVito from Fox News, from Gutfeld.
Which nights again?
Friday night and Saturday night.
Okay.
You're not in the gig room Friday?
I'm gonna come by I'm gonna do both.
Oh,
okay.
So I'm also in the Giggle Room with Mike Kurz has a show there.
Good.
So I will be in the Giggle Room, and I will also I'll do double duty that night with Joe DeVito at the Brokerage, and Saturday I will be at the Brokerage as well with Joe DeVito from Gutfeld, one of the funniest people in the country.
One of the best comedic writers that there you'll find. Period.
Yeah.
So and a wonderful guy who we both known for a very long time.
I was flattered. He reached out to me. He said, can you come feature for me this weekend?
Yeah,
so,
that's killer.
Good.
All right, Anthony, what do you got, brother?
Thank you, pal. December 6th, we're doing Knocking Dead Comedy's doing a fun holiday-themed murder mystery at McGuire's. And October 4th, Don and I are producing a show in the Giggle Room with Joe Pacino, Alec Quinn, Joe and Rob, Ali Cam, Danny Keene, and Mike Pachetti is headlining, but he probably won't be able to walk onto the stage.
Right.
So we're going to have to, I don't know.
You figure it
out.
Get
a forklift.
We figure it out. We always figure it out. Great show. Great production, Tony. Great job, Michael. Hershey and the Keegs show is taking no prisoners. We are coming with a vengeance this fall.
Coming in hard.
And we got a lot of stuff to go over and talk about, and we'll be back next week. Do we have a guest next week? I don't remember if we don't until the next week after that. So we'll be back. Me and Mikey got a lot of shit to go over, some stuff I didn't get to today. We will see you next week. Thank you for watching. Please follow, share, and do all that good stuff. Love ya. See ya.